Yeah.
With that said, I have a headline here I want to read. I'm not even going to read the article, but I want to read this headline, and I want to hear your initial reaction to this, Tim.
Okay.
Report says Western Union could lose $400 million if El Salvador's Shivo Bitcoin wallet gains traction. What do you think about that?
I read the article, and I still want to dig a little bit deeper into the meaning of everything. But overall, you know, my first reaction to it was good. Like, good. This is awesome. Again, I'm sure there are things outside of my scope of understanding at this moment that I'm not thinking of, and it has implications. But the concept of, okay, let me start with, I read that article right after talking with Kelly, who pointed out that something that people are not discussing right now that should be discussed way more is El Salvador now using Bitcoin at legal tender is going to force centralized and world banks to accept Bitcoin because they have to, because they have to interact with El Salvador. And then that news article popped up and I was reading, I was like, man, even if we don't see massive price action in Bitcoin go positive, and the thing is we've seen it down, I don't think that was El Salvador's fault. I think people are trying to peg it on them. That El Salvador news, we knew this months ago, but even more is coming out. And as you really unpack what the implications of El Salvador using Bitcoin as legal tender, it kind of makes you be like, holy cow, we thought it was going to be big. It's bigger than we even thought. And it's coming quicker than we even thought. So that is my reaction. I want to learn more about what's happening there, but first reaction, I like it.
You know what's funny? I read that headline, and the first thing that popped into my mind was just, do, 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 do. Poor Western Union.
Yeah, I was confused.
Screw them. I do not care. They can lose $400 million all you want.
Yeah.
They've been taking advantage, I suppose is a way I could say it, of El Salvador for a very long time. What kind of okay. This upsets me. The glasses are coming off. This upsets me. El Salvador is a very poor nation. Nearly a quarter of their gross domestic product goes to fees on remittances. I am a capitalist through and through. You've probably never met somebody who's more of a capitalist than I am, but I'm also a moral man, and I think that's absolutely disgusting. I think it is absolutely abhorrent that you charge those kind of fees in a nation that certainly can't afford them. Maybe they have to make it work. I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure that those remittance fees are just there because they can, and that makes me very sad because the people of El Salvador deserve better. They are human beings, and they are God's children, and they deserve a lot better than a quarter of their GDP to be going towards remittances. That's why I love the idea of Bitcoin in El Salvador and other Central and South American nations and nations in Africa and third world countries that need that support. They shouldn't be spending a quarter of their GDP on remittance fees. They ought to be spending a quarter of their GDP on infrastructure and schooling for their children. That's where that GDP should be going. And it infuriates me that they're having to spend that money on fees to a multi-$100 billion bank that certainly doesn't need as much as they do. That's why I love Bitcoin, and that's why you should be involved with it. Nevertheless, that's why I wanted to read that headline.